CMDR. Ilex Varro slammed his fist on the command pulpit. Helm, full intercept on that ghost ship. Security teams armed for boarding, now. The bridge crew of the Coalition frigate Vanguard snapped to action. Alarms blared as thrusters fired, closing the gap to the human vessel drifting just beyond the system's exclusion line. No hails, no emissions. Sensors read it as a derelict, unarmed, power signature flatlined across every band. Varro gripped the rail, eyes locked on the main holodisplay. Humans, always poking where they didn't belong. This one had slipped past outer patrols like smoke. Sable Unit 9, report, why the priority flag? The analyst's tentacles flickered over her console. Commander, the wake, it doesn't match. No ion trail, no warp residue, nothing in the registry. It's impossible, Varro frowned. Impossible wakes meant experimental drives or cloaks or traps. Scan for weapons, life signs. Negative on arms, Sable replied. 3 humans aboard, stable vitals, power draw minimal but consistent. The Vanguard matched velocity, grapples extended. Varro led the boarding team through the airlock tube, pulse rifle hot in his grip. His team fanned out, 6 armored Krell enforcers, visors down. The human ship hit them like a tomb. No hum of engines, no lights. Emergency strips glowed faint orange along bulkheads. Varro's helmet pinged clean air, breathable. Fan out, secure the bridge. They breached the inner hatch. Consoles flickered dim but alive. Intentional blackout. Someone had muted this vessel deliberately. A human male stepped from a side passage, hands open. Mid-40s, standard shipsuit, insignia reading Captain Ren Cade. Polite nod, no salute. Commander Varro, welcome aboard the Eclipse Asterisk. Coffee's brewing if your team stands down. Varro's rifle stayed leveled. Captain, you're in exclusion space. Radio silence is a violation. Power down and prepare for tow. Cade's smile didn't waver. Can't do that, hazard protocols. But I have a brief for you. He held out a data wafer sealed in hazard tape. Signed by 3 engineers, covers the basics. Varro snatched it. His team advanced toward the central corridor, straight to the drive core. Cade blocked the hatch with one arm, calm, unyielding. Core access denied, Cade said. No waiver, no entry, it's that simple. Varro's enforcer lead growled through comms. Step aside, human Coalition authority. Authority doesn't override physics, Cade cut in. One spark and you vaporize your team. Read the brief first. Varro slotted the wafer into his wrist projector. Text scrolled, Eclipse drive core, containment field active, stellar resonance stabilizer engaged. Warning, unauthorized access risks cascade failure. Local starfield instability probable. Stabilizer, Varro's mandibles clicked. What is this? Your drive's bleeding into the system, Cade shrugged. Maintenance mode, routine, sign the waiver if you want a tour. Security pinged his HUD. Commander, core readings off the scale, subspace flux building. Sable Unit 9's voice crackled over open channel from the Vanguard asterisk. Sir, pulling wake data now, the impossible signature, it's rewriting local metrics. Physics constants shifting in its path. Varro's grip tightened. Humans didn't field star killers, not in scout hulls. Captain, stand down or we cut through. Cade met his gaze, steady. Cut if you must, but the brief timestamps a test window. Watch your scopes. Varro hesitated. Career on the line escalate, and Coalition command crucified him for provoking a ghost. Ignore and Sable's flags bid him later. Hold fire. Analyst cross-reference that wake with system telemetry. Alarms wailed shipwide. The holodisplay in Varro's helmet lit red. External cams showed it. The local star stuttered. One heartbeat, it burned steady G-type fury. The next, its corona flinched, like slamming into an invisible wall. Photosphere rippled. Flares died mid-bloom. Output plunged 20% in seconds, then it snapped back, steady again, as if nothing happened. Varro's blood chilled. Sable, confirm that. Confirmed, sir. Her voice pitched high. Flux matched the ship's core exactly. Timestamp sync it, modulated the star on purpose. Cade pocketed the wafer copy. Told you, stabilizer test. Your system's got a resonance flaw, microfractures in the heliopause. We patched it. Quietly, Varro lowered his rifle a fraction. You did that from here? Standard kit, Cade said. Dr. Quell's design, sleep-deprived genius. She treats stars like leaky faucets. The enforcers shifted uneasily. Varro's mind raced. If this hull could tweak suns, what else? Coalition fleets burned hot on plasma lances and grid shields. Humans played deeper, subtler, terrifying. Captain, Varro said, voice level, We need to talk, full disclosure. Cade nodded once. Bridge is this way, but first, waiver, can't have you burning with us. Varro signed the digital form. His team held position. As they walked, Sable patched through. Commander, outer system pings, 3 more wakes like this, spreading. Varro glanced at the star through a viewport. Steady now, but the stutter lingered in his gut. Humans weren't hiding, they were fixing, and if the coalition pushed, the core hatch hummed open. Inside, a woman in grease-stained coveralls, Dr. Myra Quell, wiped sweat from her brow. Tools floated in zero-G beside her. She glanced up, yawned. Coffee's cold, test passed. Cade grinned. Passed, coalition's buying. Quell nodded, turned back to her console, fingers danced. Another ripple ghosted the star, faint, stabilizing. Varro swallowed. Archivist Then would document this. Sable would chase patterns, but he gambled now. Trust the quiet ship or watch the system unravel. Captain, he said, show me everything. Cade led him deeper. Everything, sign another waiver. The star flickered again, brighter this time, holding. Sable's warning echoed, more wakes inbound, deep space stirred. Varro followed, no choice left. Dr. Quell muttered from the core bay. Next system's worse, tell your boss, cooperate or burn. Varro keyed his comm. Vanguard, stand down all weapons, link with the Eclipse, we're in this together. The bridge hatch sealed behind them. Outside, the sun burned true, for now. But Sable's final ping hit wake cluster accelerating. Toward core worlds, Varro stared at Cade's back. Humans fixed stars, quietly. What broke them? The core thrummed, ready for more. Captain Ren Cade sealed the airlock behind the coalition team. Dr. Mara Quell didn't look up from her station. They buying it? Cade poured coffee. Varro is, his analyst too, give it an hour. Quell snorted. Hour's optimistic. Resonance is spreading, like a glitch in the grid. Sable Unit 9 hunched over her console aboard the Asterisk Vanguard Asterisk. Patterns bloomed on her display, wakes weaving through coalition charts. Not random, targeted, everyone synced to a star's weak point. Commander, she hailed. The quiet ship's not alone, it's the anchor. Others are deploying. Varro paced the Asterisk Eclipse Asterisk bridge, waiver burning in his pocket. Archivist then materialized via hololink, stylus flying. Documented, Commander, human improvisation trumps doctrine, recommend alliance. Varro nodded. Agreed, Captain, your fleet, how many? Cade tapped a secure panel. Dozens of ghosts lit the map. Silent, drifting, fixing. All of them, Cade said. Humanity's standard kit, crisis response. The local star steadied fully, but outer alerts screamed, neighboring system stuttering. Varro gripped the console. Patch me through coalition-wide. Cade stepped aside, polite, unboasting. Varro broadcast, all units stand down on human contacts. They're the fix, not the threat. Sable's voice cut in. Sir, proof, their wake just patched Epsilon 9, output stabilized. Aliens across the task force froze. All rippled channels. Fear 2, what if humans turned it off? Varro met Cade's eyes. You could have warned us. Cade shrugged. You hailed silent, we fixed quiet. Quell yawned again. Next waiver for the fleet. The star burned bright. Crisis contained. For one system, deep space whispered more, ghosts incoming. Coalition fleets pivoted toward cooperation or oblivion. Varro chose trust. His career rode it. The Eclipse hummed alive. First move, chase the next stutter. Full spectrum scan on Epsilon 9. Now, Commander Ilex Varro slammed his fist on the Asterisk Eclipse Asterisk S tactical console. Alarms blared from the neighboring system's feed. The star flickered, not dimming but desynchronizing, like someone stole seconds from its pulse. Helm officer spun up engines. The coalition battlecruiser lunged forward, gravitics whining. Varro's task force fell in behind. 5 alien dreadnoughts, claws out for the quiet ship that had just patched their local star. Sable Unit 9's tentacles flickered over her analysis node. Sir, microlensing spikes, repeating equatorial band. Varro leaned in. Hollow displays bloomed with gravitational warps, tiny rhythmic bends in starlight, not natural, not random. Amplify, trace origins. The bridge hummed. Sensors pierced deep space. Spikes pulsed every 47 seconds. Varro's scales itched. Humans fixed quiet. What broke louder? Archivist Then's hololink crackled open. The elderly Clithian's frills quivered as data streams fed his stylus. Commander, cross-referencing coalition archives. Those spikes match 3 priors. Varro snapped his gaze. Priors, classified as natural accidents. Zeta Corvi, core collapse, 2.1 million dead. Omicron drift, flare storm, habitats vaporized. Thaler Prime, phase shift, system-wide blackout. Then's voice dropped. All logged within human expansion vectors, spikes identical, preceding failure by hours. Vero's claws dug into the console. 3 accidents. Not chance. Sabotage. The quiet ship ghosted those paths. Sable, vector match. Sable Unit 9's core word. Patterns danced in her feeds. Affirmative, sir. Origin point mobile. Trajectory overlays the human vessel's logs pre-task force intercept. They were there, first. Ice gripped Vero's spine. Humans didn't boast. They deployed, fixed. Or, unmade, he stabbed the comms. Captain Cade, eclipse to your quiet ship. Dock and explain. Coalition Emergency Authority. Now, Static hissed. Then Cade's calm voice. Docking, Commander. Waiver ready? Vero growled. No waivers. This is your wake. Those spikes. Epsilon 9 stutters because of you. Pause. Understood, Bay 2. Quell prepping demo. The eclipse shuddered as the human needle ship latched on. Vero stormed the docking tube, Marines at his flanks. Sable Unit 9 slithered behind, sensors probing. Then's hololink trailed, stylus etching furiously. Airlock cycled. Captain Ren Cade waited, hands loose. No uniform flash, just steady eyes. Dr. Mara Quell slumped beside him, clutching a toolkit stamped, Standard Kit Crisis Response. Dark circles ringed her eyes. Coffee stains dotted her jumpsuit. Commander, Cade nodded. Viewport this way. Vero shoved past. Explanation first. Your ship seeded those spikes. 3 dead stars, now this. Quell yawned, popped her kit. Not seated, anchored, watch. They crammed into the engineering bay. Cade palmed a panel. A single viewport irised open. No, not a viewport. A reinforced slit framing void. Outside, nothing anchored, no hull struts. No tethers, a compact field rig hung there, human make, fist-sized sphere etched circuits glowing blue. Hollow timer burned red, 001422, ticking. Vero's breath caught. What is that? Desync anchor, Quell said. She tapped her wrist pad, the rig pulsed. Star's quantum clock slipped, someone or something stole rotational seconds, micro-theft's compound, boom. Then's stylus froze midair. Stole seconds. Physics violation, Quell shrugged. Maintenance ticket, rig locks the phase, rewrites local metrics till core resyncs. She glanced at the timer. 001409. Yours is mild, Zeta Corvi. They hit 80% desync before we arrived. Vero whirled on Cade. You were there, why silent? Cade met his gaze. Hailed Coalition first time, no reply, fixed quiet, standard protocol. Sable Unit 9 extruded a probe toward the viewport. Sir, energy signature matches spikes. It's emitting corrective lensing, actively stabilizing Epsilon 9. The star's feed overlay flickered, stutters smoothed, pulses realigned. Vero watched seconds return, stolen time handed back, then leaned in, frills flaring awe. Human improvisation, a handheld device unmakes doctrine, documented. Vero gripped the bulkhead, career on the line. Trust humans or burn the fix. How many rigs out there? Cade tapped his secure panel. Map lit, ghosts across sectors, dozens, silent, drifting, anchoring. Fleet standard, crisis response deploys on detection. Alarms wailed anew. Outer feed screamed, Delta Veil system fresh to sync, spikes blooming. Quell's eyes sharpened despite fatigue. Next ticket, waiver for asterisk eclipse asterisk crew. Vero hesitated. Marines shifted. Sable's patterns spun, human wakes patching coalition losses. Quiet saviors. Patch me to task force, Vero ordered. All units, human rigs are stabilizers, not threats. Form up on asterisk eclipse asterisk. Pursue Delta Veil. Cade nodded, polite. Copy, Quell, rig up the spares. She rummaged her kit, pulling fist-sized spheres. Classified tools, sign here. Then's hololink buzzed channels wide. Alien voices erupted, fear-laced with wonder. Humans rewrite stars. They fixed what we couldn't see. Vero signed the waiver. Ink barely dry, eclipse engines thrummed. Human ghosts led the charge, silent, fixing. But Sable pinged private. Sir, spike origins, not random. Pattern suggests artificial vector incoming from galactic core. Vero stared at the rig's timer, 000005. Click. Green, Epsilon 9 burned steady. Delta Veil waited. And deeper shadows stirred, stealing seconds faster. The task force jumped. Vero's claws flexed. Trust rode the line. What hunted the hunters? Quell yawned again, kit slung. Coffee run first? Cade smiled faint. After we save the next one. Eclipse asterisk sliced void, ghosts flanked. Coalition dreadnoughts trailed, weapons cold. All rippled bridges. Fear whispered, humans held the off switch. Vero chose alliance, deep space stuttered on. Sensors locked Delta Veil, spikes tripled. Timer hypothetical 000247. Quell prepped another rig. This one's nasty. Core thief inbound. Vero barked. Sable, trace that vector, then archive everything. Affirmative snapped. Cade stood ready. Your authority, Commander, our kit. The fleet burned hot, seconds bled, rig deployed, but core space pinged, anomaly swarm, not one thief, Legion. Vero gripped console. All hands, desync hit critical, stars screamed. Quells come cut through, anchors out, standard fix. Human ghosts swarmed, silent, polite, unmaking the unmakers. Coalition watched, learned, feared the quiet. Deep space whispered, more coming, faster. Hungrier, Vero broadcast. Hold the line, humans lead. His career ignited or burned bright. The rig locked. Seconds returned, but the swarm ghosted closer, rewriting physics their way. Sable's voice urgent. Sir, their pattern matches nothing coalition. Matches human archives, pre-first contact. Vero's blood chilled. Humans knew this enemy, fixed it before. Quiet. Cade's eyes met his, no boast, just nod. Fleet-wide, Vero said. Prepare for war, human style. Eclipse asterisk hummed. Ghosts multiplied. Stars steadied. The thief legion loomed. Seconds to unmake them all. Quell slotted final rig. Waiver for the galaxy, Vero signed. Alliance sealed. Void exploded with anchors. Blue glows pierced black. Thieves recoiled. Coalition fired true, guided by ghosts. Awe thundered channels. Humans. Fuck yeah, fear. Transformed to steel. One system saved. 10 stuttered. Legion incoming. Vero chose, chase the core. Eclipse jumped. Humans first. Quiet no more. But whispers grew. What if thieves were human-made? Rig timer reset. Hunt began. Doctor. Mara Quell jetted from the human ship's airlock. Her suit's thrusters flared blue. She clamped a portable lattice onto the Eclipse S hull. No hail, no request. CMDR. Ilex Vero slammed his fist on the command console. Security teams to outer hull, arrest that intruder. Now. Alarms blared across the bridge. Inertial dampeners screamed warnings. The star's timeshare pulsed again, seconds stretching into agony. Crew gripped stations, faces gray, but Vero's alarms cut silent. Inside a shimmering bubble from Quell's lattice, his frigate stabilized. No desync, no rip. Status, Vero barked. Sable Unit 9's tentacles flickered over her console. Hull breach nullified, sir. Local physics, rewritten, stable. Quell floated there, unhurried. She unspooled a handheld bus cable. Plugged it into the frigate's exposed power grid. Sparks danced, then steadied. Green lights bloomed on Vero's readouts. The timeshare hit full force. Stars warped outside viewports. Coalition escorts bucked like leaves in a storm. Screams echoed over comms, Eclipse held. Power rerouted smooth. No deaths. Vero stared at the feed. Human suit, human tools, clamp, cable, done. Archivist then hunched over his recorder, stylus flying. Subject Quell deploys lattice array, labels it containment patch, reroutes tertiary grid via portable bus. Requests bigger wrench for full integration. Quell's voice crackled through the open channel. Calm, sleep-deprived rasp. Patch holding, next pulse in 30. Waiver for internal access or we drift. Vero clenched his jaw. His career hung on this. Thieves Legion closing. Human ghosts, those silent anchors, buying time, but boarding his ship unprecedented. Sir, Sable Unit 9 said, her lattice matches the pattern, the one rewriting thief physics, pre-contact human archives. Vero met Captain Ren Cade's gaze on split screen. Cade nodded. No words, polite refusal to explain. Teams stand down, Vero ordered. Escort her in, then log everything. Quell cycled through the airlock, dripping coolant, tool belt clinking. She ignored the Marines, marched to engineering bay. Vero followed. Boots thudding on deck plates. Crew parted. Whispers rippled. Human fixed it. With junk. In the bay, Quell slapped a panel open. Timeshare rattled the bulkheads. Lights flickered. Power spikes here, she muttered. Checklist hollow projected from her gauntlet. Tick, tick. Bus in, lattice sink. Then hovered, recorder whirring. Fascinating, you call this a standard kit? Quell shrugged, yawned. Maintenance ticket, stars unwinding. Patch holds the weave. Another pulse. Frigate groaned, but no inertial rip. Crew stayed upright, breathing. Vero watched vitals. 0 casualties. Escorts reported 50 dead. Proof enough, Vero said. Joint operations authorized. Humans lead engineering. We provide firepower. Quell nodded, no smile. Bigger wrench first, then galaxy waiver. Sable Unit 9 pinged from bridge. Sir. Swarm vector confirmed. Thieves at core space edge. Rewriting our sun next. Vero gripped the console. Quell's patch bought minutes, but Legion grew. Human ghosts multiplied outside, silent tethers piercing void. Cade's voice cut in. Fleet sync locked, anchors deploying. Your guns on target lock. Affirm, Vero replied. Pulse quickened. Trust the quiet ones. Eclipse jumped. Human style, blue glows lanced ahead. Thieves recoiled. Coalition salvos struck true, guided by ghosts, but core pinged again. Deeper anomaly, not thieves, maker. Vero broadcast fleet-wide. Hold formation, Quell, scale that patch. She slotted another rig. On it, waiver signed. He tapped his console. Digital ink flowed. Alliance sealed. Void exploded with anchors. Stars steadied. But whispers grew. Thieves fled toward the maker. Human made. Rig timer reset. Hunt accelerated. Quell wiped sweat. Next system's worse. Need your scanners for the weave fault. Then's recorder beeped full. Human improvisation. Bridges doctrine. Vero nodded. Career ignited. Or burned. No choice now. Sable Unit 9's voice urgent. Sir, pattern evolution. Ghosts aren't hiding. They're hurting. Cade's ship hummed ahead. Polite. Unyielding. Deep space whispered. Cooperate or unmake with the sun. Vero chose. All ships human lead. Fire on their mark. Blue tethers pierced black. Thieves shattered. All thundered channels. One system patched. 9 stuttered. Legion core loomed. Quell requested. Bigger fleet. Bigger wrench. Vero signaled yes. Humans fixed before. Quiet, they'd fix again, but what if the core was theirs? Eclipse chased, ghosts led, fear forged steel. Quell's lattice expanded across the frigate's spine. Vero watched from observation deck. Crew cheered as the next shear passed harmless. No drama, just clamps and cables. Then archived the checklist. Containment patch, human baseline for stellar desync. Pre-contact standard. Sable Unit 9 cross-referenced. Matches nothing coalition, their archives call it Tuesday fix. Vero frowned, underestimated all of them. Cade hailed private. Drive core off limits. Safety waiver mandatory. Understood, Vero said, no boast from the captain, just fact. Fleet reformed. Human ghosts swarmed ahead, rewriting thief paths. Coalition guns boomed precise, swarm thinned. But core pulsed hungrier. Quell emerged from engineering, eyes red-rimmed. Patch scaled, ships good for 10 jumps. Your turn, Commander. Trust the ghosts. Vero met her gaze. Comm engineer treated unmaking like leaks. Trust earned, he said. Lead on. Eclipse surged. Anchors bloomed galaxy-wide. Thieves recoiled en masse. Channels lit. Alien awe. Humans, hold the weave. Fear, transmuted to alliance, but Sable pinged. Core signature, human origin confirmed. Vero stiffened. Cade's nod on screen. No denial. Hunt closed. Truth loomed. Quell slotted final rig. Waiver for the core, Vero signed. Void trembled. Ghosts multiplied. What unmade the thieves? Now turned home. Sable Unit 9 thrust the decrypted wafer under Vero's nose. Commander, human warning, direct quote, do not illuminate the anchor, it learns. Vero snatched the sliver. Hollow text flickered alive. Stark letters burned into his retinas. No embellishment, just the phrase etched like a gravestone. Source, Vero demanded. Thief drone husk recovered from the swarm. 9's optics word. They carried it, broadcast on tight beam before we dusted them. Bridge crew leaned in, whispers rippled. Vero crushed the urge to dismiss it. Humans played subtle, always. Field rig ahead, he said. Full spectrum probe, image it now. 9 hesitated. Sir, the warning. Warning noted, probe launches in 30. Vero stabbed the command. Eclipse shuddered as the drone spat free. Probes streaked toward the rig. A skeletal lattice orbiting the star's corona. Human design per Quell's ghosts. Vero watched the feed bloom. First ping hit. The star screamed. Sheer lines doubled. Plasma lashes tripled in fury. The rig pulsed brighter. Vero gripped his console. Alarms wailed. Damage amplification, 9 barked. Star's desync jumped 40%. Containment failing. Vero slammed the all-stop. Task force ships braked hard. Eclipse bucked against inertial dampers. Recall probe, he roared, too late. The drone vaporized in a sheer spike. Rig's arms flexed, learning, adapting. Quell burst onto the bridge. Sleep-deprived eyes locked on Vero. Active sensors, kill them, all of them. Crew froze. Vero nodded. Do it. Her fingers flew over auxiliary panel. Every ping, every LiDAR sweep, every radar burst died. Task force went dark. Passive only, Quell said. Shadow measurements, starlight occlusion, ghost echoes from your jammers. Vero felt the void close in, no active returns. Just faint silhouettes against the star's glare. Helm, he ordered. Plot by shadows, keep us outside sheer radius. Eclipse crept forward. Crew plotted by hand, triangulating rig limbs via light bends. Tension coiled. One wrong vector meant unmaking. Quell's comm held them. She slotted a human lattice into the nav core. Ghosts swarmed the display. Rig's true shape emerged, not skeletal, fractal, self-repairing. Cade's face appeared on private channel, polite as ever. "Commander, your probe woke it. Null anchor's not a weapon." Pin's unstable spacetime, safe transit for colony haulers. Varro leaned close. "Your tech, unmaking our star." Cade's eyes didn't waver. "Repurposed, thief faction or worse, hacked the feedback loop. Now it feeds on illumination, learns to shear harder." Then materialized beside Quell. Archivist's pads glowed with live logs. "Coalition doctrine, isolate and bombard, but human baseline." "Baseline fails," Quell cut in. "Rigs rewriting physics, your bombs trigger more learning." Varro processed. "Null anchor, human Tuesday fix." Pinned warps for safe jumps. Thieves twisted it into a star killer. Quiet ship carried the counter. Ghosts proved it. "Proof?" Varro asked Cade. "Watch." Cade patched feed from Sable's whisper. Human frigate edged closer. Quell's ghosts bloomed around the rig. Lattice arms extended, not attacking, mapping, sheer lines stabilized. Star's fury ebbed 10%. Crew gasped, 9 cross-checked. Desync dropping, human patch scaling. Varro exhaled, underestimated, again. "Lock down comms," he ordered. "No bursts, tight beam only." Unknown actor listening. Bridges across task force echoed the command. Channels sealed, then archived furiously. "Human improvisation bridges doctrine gap. Null anchor, pre-contact human standard. Coalition has no analog." Quell rubbed her eyes. "Standard kit." She pulled a sealed case from her harness. Tools gleamed, classified stamps. Varro eyed it. "Core access? Waiver signed." She nodded to Cade's channel. "We clamp the feedback, pin the learning curve." Task force reformed in shadow ballet. Passives painted the rig. Ghost-led probes now, human drones, silent as death. They slipped into fractal gaps, sheer spiked once. Quell's lattice clamped it, star quieted, Cade's voice cut through. "Actors close, thief signatures inbound, your guns cover our fix." Varro signaled gunnery. "Coalition batteries hot, passive lock." Thief swarm erupted from warp shadows, not ghosts. Real hulls. Coalition railguns sang. Precise bursts shredded lead elements. Humans danced inside. Sable's whisper ghosted through the kill zone. Quell directed from *Eclipse *S auxiliary. "There, feedback node." Her toolcase drone latched, injected countercode. Rig shuddered, arms retracted. Stars corona smoothed, desync flatlined, swarm broke. Thieves fled into unstable warp. Victory hung, but 9 pinged private. "Core signature match, human not Cade's." Varro stiffened, Cade's face on screen, polite smile, no denial. Quell slotted final clamp. "Fix holds, your son lives," then whispered. "Alliance forged in unmaking." Varro locked eyes with Cade. "Who repurposed it?" "Unknown," Cade said, "but they're watching." Void trembled anew. Fresh signatures bloomed, not thieves, something older, hungrier. Eclipse *powered weapons. Ghosts multiplied. Hunt reversed. Sable Unit 9 decrypted the next wafer mid-firefight. "Commander, same warning." "But addendum, they learn from us too." Varro gripped console. Stars shifted. The actor closed. Quell hefted her case. "Time for the real kit." Task force surged. Human ghosts led. Coalition guns followed. Truth uncoiled. Probe launch confirmed it. Actor's rig mirror of the null anchor, but inverted, unmaking inbound. Varro ordered full passive evasion. Quell's shadows guided them. Cade's whisper flanked. "They're human," 9 confirmed. "Rogue baseline." Fear hit, not thieves, kin. Cade's channel, waiver for joint core access. Varro signed. Ghosts swarmed double. Rigs twin pulsed. Quell killed the last active ping. "Passive assault, now." Eclipse shadow danced. Lasers lanced by occlusion, hit true, enemy rig sheared, learned wrong, star stabilized. Actors' ghosts faltered. Cade hailed open. "Stand down, waiver extends." Varro watched feeds. Human rogues boarded their own. Quell's code spread. All rippled coalition channels, then archived. "Humans unmake their own threats, norm." Varro met Quell's gaze. "You're normal." She shrugged. "Maintenance." Fleet held position. Actor surrendered. Waivers exchanged. But 9 pinged. Third signature, deeper void. Varro locked comms tighter. Crisis spread. Quiet ship hummed. Cade's nod. "Lead on, Commander." Eclipse jumped. Ghosts ahead. Unmaking waited. Sable Unit 9 thrust another decrypted sliver. "New warning. Illuminate nothing. It all learns." Varro crushed it. Task Force accelerated. Alliance burned bright. Probe edged toward the new rig. Varro held breath. First ping. Stars twins screamed. Quell slammed overrides. Sensors died fleet-wide. Shadows ruled. Cade patched. Null anchor variant. Starkiller chain. Unknown actor scales. Varro plotted. Passive swarm. Ghosts first. Humans led. Coalition covered. Sheer doubled, then clamped. Then logged. Human comm extraordinary. Victory stacked, but core pulsed. Rogue humans aboard Eclipse now. Waivers signed. Quell worked their drive. Repurposed hours. Feedback virus. Varro watched. Competence. Humble. 9 decrypted final wafer. They learn from illumination. Ours or theirs. Hook sank. Actor's true face. Human splinter. Unmaking stars for what? Cade refused boast. Fix incoming. Fleet jumped. Ghosts multiplied. Crisis galaxy bound. Varro realized. Dismissed vessel. Terrifying kit. Cooperate or burn. Eclipse led. Quiet no more. Varro slammed the blackout command. All ships null emissions now. Ghosts ahead. Full silent running. The task force plunged into void black. Eclipse led. Its human hull a faint shadow against the stars' dying glow. Sheer pulses ripped from the primary rig. Invisible claws that shredded 2 coalition drones trailing at the rear. Wreckage bloomed silent, then vanished in the unmaking wake. Varro gripped his command rail. Sensors fed ghosts, passive pings only. Active scans would illuminate. Illuminate, and it learned. His fleet matched Eclipse S-Vector, engines cold throttled to whispers. Commander, Sable Unit 9's voice crackled over tight beam. Drones confirmed lost. Sheer signature matches null anchor feedback. They're pruning followers. Copy. Titan formation. Varro eyed the forward plot. The quiet ship human splinter vessel once dismissed as junk cut the path. Captain Cade's voice patched through. Steady, Commander. Rigs blind to passives. Stay low. Low they went. The star loomed, corona fraying at the edges where the first anchor gnawed. Quell burst onto the Eclipse S auxiliary bay, her toolkit clanking. Sleep lines etched her face, but her hands moved sure. She snatched a bulkhead panel and sketched with Lumo marker. Conduits, dampeners, a jury rig feedback loop. Alien crews, she called, voice flat as a maintenance log. Fabricate these from your life support spares. Scrubbers, O2 recyclers, cut 'em down to these specs. 2 hours max. Coalition engineers from Vanguard and Sentinel hesitated in the bay, then stepped forward, his archival robes crisp amid the grease. Dr. Quell speaks for the fix. Her design repurposes our own kits. Compliance. A Vanguard lieutenant bristled. We take no orders from human civilians. Quell didn't look up. She etched a final coil. Not orders, specs. Your spares match tolerance or watch the sheer climb. Varro watched via bay feed. Quell's comm treated the Starkiller like a leaky valve. His crews grumbled but moved. Hammers rang on repurposed metal. Competence raw, then activated the negotiation channel. Coalition captains filled the hollow, stern faces from a dozen species, badges gleaming. Command authority transfers to the human engineer for the fix, then stated. Her null anchor variant knowledge exceeds doctrine. Captain Lur of Sentinel barked. Preposterous, she's no officer, no chain. Results chain, then countered. Quell's feedback virus stalled the first rig, our scans failed, theirs mapped it. Varro leaned in. Captains. The actor scales, ghosts multiply. We resist human orders, we burn, authority granted. Murmurs peaked, Lur's frills quivered. Your career, Varro. My fleet, Varro snapped. Hollow off, execute. Screens blanked. Parts flowed to Eclipse Quell slotted the first dampener. Test pulse, hold. A shiver ran the deck. Shear dropped 40%. Alien crews stared. Sable Unit 9 pinged private. Commander, second hidden anchor forming, far side of the star. Passive ghosts confirm mass accretion. Cascade failure in 90 minutes, star unravels. Chain jumps to next system. Varro's gut iced. Proof. Pattern match. First rig's echo inverted. It's learning our blind spots. Alert Cade. Plot split. The bridge hummed tension. Eclipse banked slight. Humans patching final waivers for core access. Cade's face appeared. Polite steel. Split confirmed, Commander. Half-fleet ghosts the far anchor. We take primary with your flag. Coalition captains lit channels. Mutiny, Lur roared. Flagship alone with the quiet ship. Varro killed overrides. Split or cascade. Vanguard **, Sentinel **, far side vector now. Cover asterisk eclipse asterisk and I primary rig peaks in 20. Quells fix deploys there. Hesitation fractured. Engines flared cold. Half the task force peeled away, shadows vanishing toward the star's limb. Vero's flag asterisk Aegis matched asterisk eclipse asterisk. Alone now, primaries pulsing faint. The rig loomed, a null anchor not, physics rewritten, star's heart threading out. Quell wiped hands. Rig's shell thin. Breach it, feedback chains back. We plant the virus core side. Then logged frantic. Human improvisation bridges doctrine. Fleet splits on faith. Nine's voice cut. Far anchor accelerates, their ghosts engage. Vero nodded to Cade. Your lead. Cade inclined head, no boast. Passives only, breach in 3. Eclipse hummed deeper. Aegis shadowed, sheer clawed close, fabbed parts groaned but held. Quell rode the work beams, alien crews trailing her lead. First contact. Rig tendrils lashed, Eclipse danced null field untouched. Planting, Quell reported. Vero held breath. Far side pings spiked, screams cut short. Rig shuddered, feedback bloomed inward, but 9 thrust data. Third signature, deeper void, scaling. Quiet ship accelerated, ghosts multiplied. They couldn't shoot it, couldn't scan it. And now the second grew unchecked. Vero crushed the rail. All ships reform on asterisk eclipse asterisk, crisis jumps. Cade's nod came calm. Fix holds, next star waits. Fleet jumped blind, unmaking chased. Cooperation locked or burn. Then's log whispered, humans normal, our terror. Sheer whispered behind. Third anchor pulsed. Actor watched. Vero plotted the void, dismissed vessel led, terrifying kit hummed. Alliance burned toward dawn or chain. Eclipse plunged into the sheer zone. Tendrils of warped spacetime lashed its hull. Cade's hands danced over controls. The quiet ship matched the rig's oscillation perfectly, no fight, just sink. Vero gripped his command rail. Stars blurred beyond the viewport. The human vessel led, a shadow in the storm. His fleet trailed, Aegis, Vanguard, 12 coalition cruisers, all passives only. One a mission and the rig's feedback would chain them into plasma. Lock cadence, Cade said over tight beam. Voice calm, polite. Quell deploys in 10. Vero nodded to his bridge crew. Relay to all, mirror Eclipse's rhythm, no deviations. Sable Unit 9's holographic form flickered. Rig's core pulses at 2.3 terahertz. Human sync holds it steady there, dancing with it. Then scribbled on his tablet. Doctrine demands retreat, this. Adapts doctrine, Vero cut in. He watched Eclipse weave. Fabbed human parts groaned under strain, but the ship held. Aliens would have blasted through. Humans rode the wave. Quell patched through. Sleep roughened her voice. Hull prepped. Lattice deploying. A hiss echoed over comms. Her suit's work beams lanced out. Lattice cables snaked from Eclipse's star-facing hull, burrowing into the rig's shell. Vero zoomed the feed. The network spread like roots. Thin silver veins pulsed, turning the quiet ship into a scaffold. The rig's oscillation stabilized. No breach yet, just control. Power feeds, Quell ordered. Precise bursts, my cadence, avoid actives. Vero slammed his console. All ships form scaffold grid. Aegis leads burst 1. Vanguard 2, sync to Quell's ping. His fingers flew. Coalition drives hummed low, no weapons hot, just raw energy timed. Aegis fired first, a microsecond pulse. Clean, rig shivered but held. Quell's lattice glowed brighter. Good, next. Vanguard followed, then Helix. Bursts chained in perfect rhythm. Eclipse anchored the center, Quell's network drinking the power, feeding it coreward. The rig's shell thinned. Feedback whined, but the scaffold contained it. Vero exhaled, sweat beaded his scales. His career balanced here. Dismiss the humans, they'd burn alone, trust them, gamble everything. Nine's alert pierced the hum. Control signal confirmed, saboteur's thread riding the star's turbulence, frequency hops with flares. Vero leaned in. Pinpoint it. Pattern locked, Nine's processor's word. Jamming with silence, structured voids keyed to their noise. Silence as a weapon. Vero blinked. Coalition intel jammed with noise. Humans, and now his analyst, wielded the absence. Nine broadcast the pattern. Fleet emitters shaped null spaces. The signal stuttered. Rig's far anchor flickered on scans. Ghost's smaller rigs halted mid-deploy. Planting virus core, Quell reported. Her beam pierced the shell. A fist-sized module dropped, lattice cables wrapping it tight. Feedback routing, polarity prep. Cade's voice cut smooth. Null anchor primed, flipping on my mark. Vero watched the rig convulse. Tendrils retracted. Star's heart thread quivered, unspooling slower. The scaffold held. His ships fed steady bursts, no boasts from the humans. Just work, Then's voice shook. They're not disabling, reversing the weave. Mark, Cade said, Eclipse's drive core pulsed once. Invisible, the null anchor inverted, physics folded inward, not out, rigs not collapsed. A harmless tangle of spacetime dropped from reality, vanishing into the void. Silence fell, the star stabilized, flares quieted, Eclipse pulled clear, lattice retracting smooth. Varro sagged against the rail. Status all ships. Green, came the chorus, Aegis first. Quell patched in, fix holds, standard kit. She yawned, tools clinked as she stowed them. Nine's hologram spun data. Third signature neutralized, no echoes. Cade inclined his head on the shared feed. Next star awaits, jump vector plotted. Varro stared. Humans treated star killers like bad circuits. Flipped the switch. Done. His fleet had provided power, jammed the signal, but Eclipse orchestrated it all. Quiet, terrifying, Then logged furiously. Human normalcy unmakes our terror, collaboration endures. Varro crushed a nod. Fleet reform on Eclipse, jump blind if needed. Sensors pinged. A fourth signature bloomed, deeper void, scaling fast. Unmaking leaped ahead, the actor watched from shadows. Quiet ship accelerated, ghosts stirred anew. Varro plotted the void, dismissed vessel led. Alliance chased Dawn, or Chain, Eclipse jumped. Fleet followed, Sheer whispered behind, crisis multiplied, Varro signaled Cade, your lead again. Cade's reply calm, passives only, breach in 5. Drives thrummed, they plunged into the next sheer. Quell wiped her hands. Rig variant, thicker shell, adjusting lattice. Varro coordinated bursts anew, Aegis synced faster this time, trust built in action. 9 jammed a secondary signal. Nested control, saboteur adapts. Counter with layered silence, 9 instructed. Fleet emitters wove voids within voids. Rig shuddered, Quell's virus burrowed deeper. Cade matched a wilder oscillation, triple phase. Varro held breath, his cruisers strained but held cadence. Human scaffold stabilized the chaos. Flipping, Cade said, collapse, not drops. Star saved, but pings spiked. Fifth signature, chain reaction spread. Then's log, humans improvise, we witness. Varro gripped rail tighter, career, forgotten. Survival demanded this now, Eclipse led to the 6th. Sheer clawed fiercer, rig tendrils lashed wild. Cade danced through, perfect match, Quell plugged lattice. Overload risk, power up 20%. Varro barked orders. All ships surge on cadence, no emissions. Bursts hammered, rig cracked, virus planted, 9's voice sharpened. Saboteur signal fractures, source closing. Jam all bands, Varro ordered. Silence patterns bloomed, ghosts faltered. Cade flipped polarity, rig imploded harmless, stars stabilized, fleet intact. 7th ping, closer, actor's hand quickened. Varro met Cade's gaze on feed, no words, not exchanged, humans humble, capable. Their standard kit rewrote stars. Coalition ships shadowed closer, all crept into alien comms, then murmured, we burn together or not at all. 8th sheer awaited, Eclipse plunged. Varro's fleet locked in, crisis chained outward. Quiet ship hummed, unmaking pursued. Alliance forged in fire, dawn neared or abyss, sensors screamed. 9th rig deploying around their own sun, Varro crushed calm. Eclipse full lead, home system. Cade, cadence locked, fix incoming. They jumped, sheer roared, rig loomed massive, Quell, big one, lattice max. Varro coordinated the fleet's might, bursts precise. Silence jammed. Cade synced the oscillation, a symphony of null fields, virus planted, polarity flipped, collapse rippled, home star held, silence. Victory, 9's alert. Actor's core signal, ship-sized, incoming. A shadow vessel decloaked, weapons hot, Cade's voice steady. Waivers signed, boarding teams prep. Varro blinked, humans planned for this, Quell hefted tools. Maintenance ticket, saboteur's rig awaits disassembly. Fleet reformed, quiet ship-led charge, actor fired. Eclipse danced untouched. Alliance struck back, collaboration's blade, dawn broke, chain snapped. Then logged final, humans' quiet terror saves us all. Varro slammed the quarantine order across every open channel. All vessels seal system borders. No jumps, no probes, no traffic until protocols lock. Coalition frigates snapped into grid formation. Rival fleets, Kratari raiders, Velian scouts hesitated. Their captains snarled protests over comms. This is our claim space, Varro, you don't dictate. He ignored the bluster. The home star pulsed steady now, its corona flattening after the 9th rig's collapse. Human sync had flipped the polarity clean. No debris fields, no fallout, just silence where the saboteur's shadow vessel burned. Cade's voice cut through from the quiet ship. Cadence confirms. Stars nominal. Waiver teams stand down. Varro gripped his console. The human captain's tone stayed flat like he'd just fixed a hull breach. No triumph. Fleet scans showed the Eclipse unscathed, its null fields dancing effortless through the actor's barrage. Sable Unit 9 pinged his display. Actor's core signal terminated, debris vector clear, but replication signatures linger in the Uit cloud. 9 rigs down, we missed the Cedars. Varro nodded sharp. Broadcast the logs, every faction sees the chain reaction. Sign the protocol or watch your sons unravel next. Hollow screens flickered. Kratari Admiral growled, your humans brought this doom tech. Velian Envoy added, we demand access to their core. Sign first. Varro forwarded the draft, joint null anchor ban. No replication, no reverse engineering, no solo ops. Penalties, fleet expulsion. Then's voice joined from the science frigate. Archivist confirming, human restraint held the line. Without their fix, we cascade into black hole merger. Factions buckled. Signatures scrolled in grudging but locked. Quarantine held. Varro exhaled. Career gamble paid off. For now, alarms quieted. Bridge crew straightened. His exec whispered, sir, incoming from the human ship. There, prepping departure. Varro patched through. Doctor. Quell's face filled the feed, dark circles under her eyes, toolkit slung over shoulder. Commander, stars green, here's your manual. She slid a data slate across. It materialized in his queue. He pulled it up. Standardized safety protocols, human drive cores. Pages of diagrams, warnings in crisp coalition script. Touch without calibration, cascade failure, train your crews, or don't touch. Varro scanned the first page. Null anchor interfaces, polarity locks. It read like routine maintenance. This is classified. Standard kit, Quell shrugged. Saboteur bypassed ours with a jury rig. Yours would have melted at first contact. Train 'em, sign off. He thumbed the acknowledgement. Crew quals incoming within cycle. Good. Her gaze flicked off screen. Captain wants words. Captain Rencade appeared beside her. Polite nod, no smile. Commander Varro, medals offered from your council, we decline. Varro's brow creased. You saved our son, fleet logs credit your lead. Cade waved it off. Joint effort, Eclipse departs Vector 7 Alpha. Trade you our route data for a promise. Coalition investigates the actor's origin. Together, suspicion flared. Why not solo? Scale, Cade's eyes held steady. Their Cedars hit 12 systems quiet. We track patterns, you have the reach. Varro weighed it. Sable 9 chimed in his earpiece. Patterns match. Actor's hand accelerated post our first ping. They're fleeing inward. Agreed. Varro keyed the channel wide. Coalition commits. Joint task force. Signatures now. Relays buzzed affirmatives. Cade nodded once. Data packet sent. Safe skies, Commander. Feed cut. Varro's bridge hummed. Then's publication hit public nets. Incident record. Null anchor crisis averted. Human improvisation bridged doctrine gaps. Restraint turned conquest to rescue. Stars endure. Crew murmurs rose. Awe threaded the alien comms. They normalized unmaking, one tech breathed. Varro silenced them. Stations track departure. Scans locked on the quiet ship. No buildup, no engine flare. It simply shifted. Hull shimmered, null fields folding inward without ripple. No wake. No grav shear, gone. Sensors blanked. Vector 7 Alpha clear. Varro stared at empty space. Humans called it standard. Their comm normalized terror, rewriting physics like swapping filters. Rivals signed bans from fear. He gambled trust. Won, but Sable 9 pinged urgent. Sir. Actors echo signal. Deep core, not fleeing, rallying. Alliance forged. Hunt began. Then's frigate trailed the reformed fleet. Varro paced his bridge, data slate heavy in hand. Quell's manual burned in his queue, every diagram a revelation. Human kit handled star-scale threats like bolt tightening. Exec qual status. All hands queued, first sims live. Good, no more blind grabs. Coalition HICOM patched in. Varro explained the quiet ship's exit, no signature. Null fold complete. He forwarded Quell's protocols. Per manual. Silence stretched. Then, understood, task force approved, you lead. Risks piled, but humans traded fair, no boasts, just results. Sable 9 spun patterns across his main hollow. Actors' rigs seeded pre-crisis. Quiet vectors to fringe worlds, we hit them chained. Varro nodded. Eclipse data integrates. Affirm their pings predicted shears, ours fill the gaps. Collaboration sharpened the blade. Quell's voice ghosted his thoughts, sleep-deprived yet steady. She'd hefted tools into void fire, treated doom as tickets. Kratari squadron hailed. Varro, we signed protocol, but humans core sealed, he cut in. Manual first, train or burn. They signed deeper protocols. Velians followed. Then broadcast updated. Quiet ships humility disarms. Capability demonstrated, not imposed. Awe spread. Alien crews whispered of human normalcy as the true edge. Varro watched replays. Cade's nod before vanish. No applause. Star normal. Signatures traded gone. Most dangerous, they expected no fanfare. Echo signals strengthened. Rally point loomed. Full burn, Varro ordered. Hunt the hand. Fleet jumped as one. Quarantine nets hummed tight. Varro reviewed waivers, every border train per manual. No repeats, doctor. Quell's slate pinged reminder. Cycle 2, advanced polarity drills. He scheduled it. Humans planned layers deep. Cade's route data unfolded fringe maps. Actors' shadows stirred ship-sized cores, seeding silent. Sable 9 traced. Their quicken matched our first contact. They fear the quiet ship. Varro leaned in. Why? Physics rewrite, humans normalize it. Then join secure line. Log update, departure without wake, human restraint models alliance. Publish, Varro said. Let factions see. Nets lit. Credits rolled, eclipses lead. Coalition's might, joint victory, medal ceremonies skipped. Cade's decline echoed. Varro crushed doubts, career rode this. But truth held, humans humbled giants. Final scan cleared, no wakes lingered, echo pulsed closer. Actor rallied. Lock cadence, Varro commanded. Their turn to sign or burn. Fleet accelerated. Dawn chased abyss no more. Homestar burned steady. Varro's console chimed final confirms. Protocols locked system-wide. Bands etched in alloy. Then's full record dropped. Humans asked signature left without applause. Stars saved by quiet terror. Fleet channels buzzed off-ear mix. Kratari, they unmake casual. Velian, we train their way. Quell's manual distributed, crews drilled, Cade's trade sealed task force, departure route led to seeds, Varro stood at viewport. Void empty where eclipse folded away. No trace, humans normalized vanishing acts, Sable 9 alerted, actors core massing 12 shadows, inbound vector shift. Varro met his exec's gaze. Humans plan this, we follow. Copy. Alliance blades honed, crisis chain no more. Hunt ignited.